Thank you so much for having me today. And Mara, I'm so excited to be here today. And the roadmap is so exciting. The numbers are a work in progress, but I'm really excited to have all these people here around the room. So there we go. So I have a few slides. But yeah, so I have 10 minutes, so I speak pretty fast. So hopefully you can catch up with me. This is actually... Again, Maika Llorens Gulati. I'm very proud to be the first Hispanic to be in the school board for San Rafael. And thank you. And which is very interesting because I never thought about being in politics or doing anything like this until my kids actually started to go to school, and I realized that they didn't have any enrichment unless the PTAs would provide the funding. I didn't realize that there was not Spanish in our public school system living in California, so it was kind of like an easy thing to do. Let's see if I can make this work. There we go. So I just thought to give you like a quick Twitter, who I am. Elected board member, Slide Ranch executive director, the best gift, definitely education. Proud mom of two, junior and senior. Wife, traveler, foodie, and you can find me hiking with my dog. I'm also from Spain, so and I've been here for like about 22 years. And I have three passions. The first one is definitely education, the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, by Nelson Mandela, one of my favorites. The second one is equity, because we cannot talk about equality anymore. We really need to do equity, where give every kid what they need in order to succeed. Not equality, they don't need the same, some kids need more. And the third one is the environment. This is my office right here. So you're welcome to come and visit me anytime. It's actually gorgeous. So when we are talking about the four pillars, I have to start with education, because I'm a firm believer that education will get you out of poverty. It will change the world. So, and I think that starting with education, everything else, entrepreneurship, workforce development, and philanthropy will follow. And you can see here, the number one reduces poverty, but it's so much more than that. Your health depends on education. So just very quickly, this is my district. We have like about over 7,000 students, 12 schools, and these are our numbers for our elementary district. So over 60% of our kids are Latinos, which is awesome. Over 60% are low income, which is really sad. So this is in our K through 8, and this is in our high school district. So we do a lot, actually, with the limited funding that we have. But these are just some of the issues that we have. Our community includes the canal, and where there is like a really high level of poverty. So here we are in Marin County thinking that everybody is a millionaire. It's not. People are hungry. Education is just not about teaching the kids anymore. It's about talking about, are they healthy? What is the stress level? We have a lot of newcomers coming, into it. We have our attack on immigrants, where our community is scared to be in the streets. And we have also like a bubble of kids that they keep coming with limited funding. So that's another challenge. So I'm just going to my role as a school board member, and I really recommend CSBA, California School Board Association. For any of you right now that is maybe thinking to run for a school board, this is my role. It's an elected position, and it's basically to hold our district accountable and to represent our children and our community. So our principles, I'm just going to skip quickly. These are some of the exciting programs that we have, but I really want to talk about the why. And these are the things that I'm working on that they are really special to me. And I'm actually going to start with this one. So if you can picture yourself right now in middle school, you are 12 years old, maybe you're having fun, it really sucks. That's an age where you really need to be engaged. So when I'm looking at the roadmap, the first thing that I'm seeing is about the kids are dropping off of school. So you see again, 60% of our kids are low income, are Latinos. We have a high level of English learners. They go to school, and I'll give you a case of these twin sisters, Mary and Lola. Let's just call them Mary and Lola, just to give the anonymous. So I'm going to a concert for my kids at Davison Middle School. And I'm sitting on the benches waiting for the band to start, and there is one of the twins sitting next to me. And the other twin is actually playing, and this twin is crying. And he's like, what's wrong with her? Why, He's like, well, she actually needs extra help with math, so she doesn't get an elective. So there is her sister playing in the band, having a great time, and then there is the other sister sitting on the bench because, being punished because she needs extra help with math. So this is the reason why I became a school board member. I started volunteering in the schools and decided, gosh, we really need Spanish in our schools. We really need more enrichment in our schools. And then I hear these stories, so I joined the foundation, the district foundation, to bring more funding for enrichment. The year that actually I joined, we were able to save our marching band, through a program called Schools Rule. And this is the only marching band in Marin County in 25 years, and we are extremely proud. So I was trying to make sure that every kid in middle school, we have access to at least one elective, at least one, right? 2 would be amazing. Because again, when we are thinking about Spanish is actually one of the electives. It should be core, it shouldn't be an elective, right? But anyway, so if we can just have one elective. So I was trying through the district foundation, like we really need to do this. We working with the district. I'm on my 5th year working at this right now. 2 years ago, I finally decided to run for the school board, to change the policy, to really help making the decisions so we can actually make it happen. I'm still working at it. Last year, we had all our 6th graders having at least one elective, which is like a huge progress. I'm still not happy because we have clubs after school, but I think we need to do more. And when you're thinking about the kids again, that they need extra help with English or math, if you're learning English, if you're an English learner like me, you just don't learn, by sitting in there memorizing vocabulary words. The way I learned English, I was doing theater with my friends. I still remember my lines. I was doing singing, I was doing so many other things. When you're teaching a kid to speak in English and their friends are also learning to speak in English, it's really hard. It's much easier when the other friends are also, they are like English speakers. So you can actually have a conversation and really practice your English. So again, to me, engagement is to have electives and enrichments, and to make sure that all the kids have those opportunities, because it is good for learning, but it's also really good for your well-being. And that's how you keep the kids engaged at the school, how they get up in the morning, really wanting to go to school because they have something like this really fun that they really want to do. So going back to what I'm working on, this, oh my gosh, again, 5 years working at this. I'm very, very patient woman. And still, we just started our task force again this year. So still hoping, and there is a lot of progress done, but a lot more needs to be done. Free transportation is something that it was amazing. It was an initiative that one of our schools, where it's not a neighborhood school and all the kids are getting bused in there, they had to pay for transportation. So this was like a no-brainer where I was quickly being able to talk to our district and the schools, and we actually were able to fund free transportation for everybody. So that was actually one of the most rewarding experiences because it was so quick, and I'm not used to that anymore. Everything takes so long when you're talking to school districts. So other items, expanding library hours in high school, so the kids that they don't have computers at home, they can actually have that access, they can cooperate with other kids. And parent leadership training is really exciting. This is not just the DLAC meetings where we have like all the leaders from all the schools that from English learners, but these are actually trainings that we are teaching the parents to become leaders in the community. Again, maybe a potential school board member, maybe a potential city council, because again, we cannot change our system unless our leaders are representing us. They are looking like us. They sound like us. So I'm really excited about that one. And then it's always supporting and highlighting our Hispanic community and our rich culture, because it is a lot to celebrate. And I just want to make sure that we all work towards that, because, as you know, they said, the Latinos, it is a very rich community. And, what can I say? So this is my wish list. Early child education for all. If the kids don't have preschool, by the time they start our schools, they are behind. And then it took forever for them to catch up. Every student has access to electives and enrichment, so they can be inspired and also engaged. That everybody has a bilingual education, and all our kids that they are like native Spanish speakers, or their families are, that they get the biliteracy diploma by the time they graduate from high school. Access to A through E in high school, which is a challenge, because for us, we have newcomers that they come when they are like 16 years old, which they are not going to graduate with that, or we have some kids with special needs. But overall, it would be amazing to at least make sure that everybody is aware and they work towards that. And then the last one is the access to APs and honors, just to make sure that the teacher doesn't make the decision for the kids. It's the kids that they know what's happening, and the parents are informed that those are accessible, and these kids actually have access. Because what happens from 6th grade to freshman in high school, if they don't get into that path, then it's extremely hard to graduate from high school with enough credits to choose the college that they want to go to. So, and again, I'm all about bilingualism. So the actions, I guess, in summary, the first one is become the voice. Run for office. If I do it, you can do it. And that was one of the most inspiring things that I was so rewarding. One of our high schools, Madron, is a continuation school. And I went there to talk about the environment. And one of the girls, who is an English learner, told the teacher, wow, that's amazing, you know, it's like she has this big accent, and it was great, and she was so inspired, like, I can do it too. And I'm like, exactly. I'm not a special person. Anybody can run for office, but be that inspiration to kids. Be that inspiration to people. Be the mentor, because all of you, especially you in this room, you have that capacity. And I get things done, or at least I try. So, and that's the point, to make the change. Not just to complain about it, but really do something about it. So join a committee, volunteer in the schools. One of the most important, the second one is the partnerships and community. And I'm sitting here with Omar Carrera from Canada Alliance, College of Marine. And oh my gosh, we couldn't do anything of what we do without their partnerships. It's so important. And in everything we do, those partnerships are like the key. For support, for fundraising, for whatever it is, I think partnerships is definitely a key. So get to know each other and really support each other. And then the last one is that listen and be open. There is a lot that I don't know, and sometimes you have some assumptions that they are not true. And so sometimes being like having like an open mind and really listening to the community, listening to actually the people that they are like the opposite of who you are, is extremely valuable. And this is my final one, is like never, never give up. And it's my favorite, Don Quixote and Sancho Panza. The scariest dragons and the fiercest giants usually turn out to be no more than windmills. So this is something that I have to remember. When I was running for a school board, I had people calling me, telling me, hey, you shouldn't really run. You shouldn't. So I'm like, well, you tell me not to do it. Of course, now I'm going to do it. But so again, never, ever give up. And thank you so much. I don't know.